Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa and today I am doing another book haul. I know. I keep saying I'm not going to do any more book hauls. I'm not going to buy any more books. And yeah, I lied. So, sorry, not sorry. Anyway, so I'm just going to run through these. A lot of them, I honestly don't even know the synopses for because they just sounded good and I picked them up. But if I do know a little bit about them, then I will definitely let you know. But if not, I'm just going to kind of leave it as a surprise to myself because honestly, I kind of like going into books not really knowing what it's about. I know a lot of people feel that way too because it kind of leaves it open to your own interpretation instead of giving you a preconceived notion of it. That way I can't really be disappointed by it. Okay, so the first set of books that I picked up was, of course, the Daevabad trilogy, and that is the City of Brass, the Kingdom of Copper, and the Empire of Gold. I did end up getting all these in 3 different editions, 2 paperbacks, and of course a hardcover because the Empire of Gold just came out and of course it's not available in a paperback. So I really honestly, I don't know too much about these except for the fact that so many of my favorite booktubers absolutely love this series, and I share a lot of the same taste with a few booktubers that I really watch, and so I know that if they like a book that I'm really gonna like the book too, so I decided to pick it up, and I don't know anything about it whatsoever. So yeah, I guess we'll see how well I end up liking these once I get into it a little bit more. So the next book that I picked up is a Nicholas Sparks novel. So you know it's going to be seriously sad because Nicholas Sparks novels are romantic, but they're also kind of depressing at the same time. So, you know, every once in a while I am actually kind of in the mood for that. You know, usually when I need a good cry, I'll just go read a Nicholas Sparks novel and, you know, I'll be good to go. So I don't actually know anything about this other than it's by Nicholas Sparks. I think I read the description before I bought it, but I don't really remember. Of course, you can see the orange sticker on there. It was from Ollie's. It was $2.99. You know, I'm sorry, but you cannot beat Ollie's prices for books, even though they end up with, well, this one actually doesn't have it. Usually they like mark the bottom or the top of it to say that it was a discount book and it was sold at a discount store, but this one actually surprisingly does not have that on there. So yeah, I guess we'll see if I like this one or not. So the next one is actually another Nicholas Sparks novel, and this is Every Breath. I don't know, I hope I haven't read this one before. It kind of looks familiar. No, I don't know. I don't think I've... Good times! So I don't think I've actually read this one before, but yeah, I haven't read very many Nicholas Sparks novels, honestly. I did read The Notebook, of course, because that was a very popular movie, and then I've read a couple other ones. One of them was like a diary kind of thing, and that's kind of what this one looks like, but I don't think it's the same one I've read. This one is actually fairly short. Again, I got this one at Ollie's for $3.99. Can't pass these prices up. So the next one is by Lisa Jewell, and this is Watching You, and this is one that I have seen around. I don't think I've ever actually heard anybody reviewing it on BookTube, but I have seen it everywhere. Like every time I go to Barnes & Noble, this is all over the place. And I have a feeling that it's like a thriller novel. That's kind of the vibe that it gives me from looking at the front of it. So it should be interesting. It's not a very big book, and of course this one was also $3.99 at Ollie's, and I recognized it, so I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just pick that one up. So this next one is Miss Kopps Midnight Confessions, and this is by Amy Stewart. Now, the thing that pissed me off is when I got home, I realized that this is part of a series, and this is like book 3 or 4 in the series. So now I'm gonna have to go buy the first couple of books in the series in order to read this. Kind of pissed me off, but you know, whatever. It's not the first time I've done it. It will not be the last. So basically this is a female detective series, and this is set back in, I forget when it's set. Let me look. Okay, so this is set back in World War I, and it is a detective series, and basically I think all 3 of the sisters are detectives. So they're basically female detectives in a time when female detectives were unheard of. You know, women just didn't do that kind of stuff. Of course, you know, World War I era is definitely within that time period. So yeah, I thought this would be kind of interesting to read about. So I guess I'm gonna have to pick up the other couple books in this series and see how it goes. So this next one is of course another one that I also picked up, and it's in the middle of a fucking series and I didn't realize it. So this one is Robert Galbraith and this is Lethal White, and I do believe Robert Galbraith is the pen name for J.K. Rowling. So I don't know. I guess we'll see how this goes. I picked it up for $3.99 and I've honestly been seeing a lot of these Robert Galbraith books on sale at Ollie's. So, you know, it might be telling. So this is another detective novel. This one is quite thick, and again, this is like book 3 or 4 in the series, so I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to evaluate whether I actually want to read these or not and pay full price for the other ones, because of course I couldn't find them at Ollie's. I guess that's the downside to shopping at Ollie's, is that you can't always find the first few books in the series or the whole series at a time. It's just random, you know, when you find them. So yeah, I guess we'll see. And now here's another one that I bought that is in the middle of the series, again at Ollie's. This one is a JoJo Moyes. This is Still Me, and this is in the Me Before You series. I don't know if anybody else realized that the Me Before You is actually a movie, and it's got Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones in there. I literally just watched that movie like 2 weeks ago because I didn't even know it was a thing. I just kept seeing these random ads for it and I was like, what the hell? So I went and watched it and I really enjoyed it, and I guess this is book 3, so I'm still missing books 1 and 2. So yeah, these ones I'm definitely interested in picking up and seeing where it goes. This JoJo Moyes is kind of like Nicholas Sparks. She writes romance but sad. So yeah, it's another one of those series that I pick up if I need a good cry. And then the last and final book that I picked up on this book haul is The Kingdom of Liars, and that is by Nick Martell. And again, I really don't know a whole lot about this. Obviously it is fantasy. This I actually picked up on Mackinac Island. At the beginning of August, me and my mother actually went on a little like 4-day trip. We went to almost to the UP of Michigan, and we went to Mackinac Island, and then we went to Lake Michigan and spent a couple of days and just kind of hung out and did some touristy stuff. And Mackinac Island, if you guys don't know, is off the coast of Michigan, between the Upper Peninsula and the Lower Peninsula, and it is like, the island is like 8.2 miles around. There are absolutely no cars. There is either bicycles, horses, or you're walking, and there are no motorized vehicles on the island, except for like some ATVs and stuff that the fire department uses, I guess. But it's basically like walking back in time. It is really cool. This is like, I think the 3rd time that I've been to Mackinac Island. You know, lived in Michigan all my life, so I've always known about it, but it seems like people outside of Michigan really don't know a whole lot about that. So yeah, it's kind of interesting to me to talk to people from other states because they have no idea what I'm talking about, or the Upper Peninsula. They're like, what? Yeah, that's what Michiganders do on vacations, is we go up north, which means the Upper Peninsula. We get to cross the Mackinac Bridge and, you know, drive out in the wilderness. So yeah, anyway, so long story short, I picked this book up on Mackinac Island at the local bookstore. You know, I could have picked this up anywhere, but I just kind of felt like contributing to their economy a little bit, you know, just because I enjoy myself every time I go to the island. So one of the main reasons why I picked this up is because it has an endorsement from Brandon Sanderson on it, and I absolutely love Sanderson's writing so far. I've only read 2 of his books, and that was the sci-fi books of his, Starsight, and I forget what the hell the other one's called. I don't know. So anyway, I love Brandon Sanderson's writing, and because he endorsed it, I was like, oh, it's got to be a good book. So Brandon Sanderson says, an excellent fantasy debut. Well, I don't know. That's not a very big endorsement, but whatever. So anyway, those are all 10 of the books that I have picked up, mostly in July, but some happened to be at the beginning of August. But yeah, so it's not a very big haul, which is kind of good for me, and most of the books were fairly cheap, so I didn't do too terribly bad. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you next time. Bye bye. Thank you so much for watching my video. I upload every Wednesday and Saturday, and I would really love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe my videos. Have a great day.